So I'm out here at Little Baja, and I'm with Jared. How you doing, Jared?
Hey, great.
And so today we are going to be talking about putting some herbs into some beautiful pots. So let's first of all talk about some of your thoughts about that.
Sure. Well, that's right. You know, a lot of people choose container gardening because it's great. It really allows you to bring those herbs and flowers right to your porch.
Yeah, it's true.
Some folks might not have the space for a large garden.
Yeah. So it really makes it convenient. And of course, you know, in my world, I think that the pot that you put the plants in is very, very important, and you guys have such a great selection. Let's quickly tell me about why these 3 pots.
Well, these are a good size. It gives your plant plenty of room to grow, kind of fill into the pot. And you can choose a wider pot if you want to put 3 or 4 herbs in one pot, or you could use one pot for more of an invasive herb, like maybe mint.
Certainly, yeah, that's a great idea. So first of all, why don't we start putting some of these in and just talk about them as we go.
Sure.
Now, I like the way that you have a whole selection of different kinds, which is really fun, and I'm going to give you that one. You can do what you want to with that. So you mentioned some of the benefits to this. What are some more of the points for growing?
Sure. Well, herb gardening is great for smaller dwellings, you know, an apartment, a dormitory, condominium, anywhere you don't have a lot of space. You can put these right on your front porch and have access to your herbs in an instant.
Yeah, that's really true. And you know, I love it too because you can also make them like into different types. Like if you wanted a salsa pot, you could put all the stuff for that in there.
Or a spaghetti pot or a pizza pot.
Yeah.
You can get totally creative.
So now, Jared, that we have these displayed in the pots, let's take them out and actually plant them. Sure. And you know, what do you do about stuff like with fertilizer and stuff?
Well, it's important to choose a good mixture of soil. Sometimes using just an all-purpose soil isn't always a good idea. You want to have some compost in there so you have good nutrition for those plants.
Yeah, and I would think you probably don't want to just go digging soil out of the ground.
Right. Yeah, you can find an all-purpose mix ready to go with fertilizer in it, a slow-released organic fertilizer.
And what about plants like, you know, I think you had mentioned mint before, but they're kind of invasive, aren't they?
Mint likes to go crazy, so keep it in its own pot.
Well, in that theory, I would assume that even having, it would help keep weeds under control if you have it in a pot.
It protects it from weeds, pests, diseases.
So now give me, and you know, I'm also thinking about strawberry pots. I see one out there. Those are great for herbs.
Well, they're not just strawberry pots. They're herb pots, strawberry pots, anything you want. Anything that's trailing works really good to come out of the pockets, like a trailing rosemary or something like that. And
And you know what I love is that you've got, you know, you have a beautiful example of strawberries that we put in these pots before, and even a wonderful example of stuff that's not even necessarily herbs in a strawberry pot. So they can really change up and use a lot of different things.
You can get real creative. There's lots of different styles.
So I would think that this would be a great idea for kids as well, because you don't have to send them way out in the field somewhere to find stuff.
Well, they say what you teach your children, you're also teaching your grandchildren.
That's very true. And something like this too, especially in the summertime, would be a wonderful gift to take.
They make great gifts. It also encourages your family and friends to eat healthy, maybe cook at home.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll have a little extra. My grandmother told me yesterday that you can take like your rosemary trimmings, you know, you'll have a lot of it, and cut it up really fine and put it in a little nylon pouch or something and drop it in your bath water. You can use lavender.
Yeah. That's absolutely adorable. Well, you know, you can certainly build one of these yourself by coming out here to Little Baja. You have a wonderful selection of pottery to choose from, and they're going to have some great herb selections for you as well. So for more information, go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Thanks a lot, Jared.
Thanks.